Hi, this is Jaime from IToldYouIWasSick.com, and I am starting a new series. This series is going to be about autism. It's going to be a very comprehensive guide about some things that autistic people find shocking about neurotypical people. And this series is based on a question that I asked on a forum. This forum went for 72 hours, getting tons and tons and tons of responses. And the question that I asked was, name something obvious to neurotypical people that when you discovered it absolutely shocked you. And this ended up causing an explosion of processing among autistic individuals in this forum. And I think that I've learned so much. And I really want to convey this information in a way that's more organic instead of like a list of autistic traits or even some books about them, which really helps a lot. But I know some people are more visual. So I think the video series is a good idea. So I've got about 26 things, which means I'm going to be making 26 videos, or at least I plan to make 26 videos. We'll see how that goes. So this is going to be pretty informal. No editing. There will be throat clearing and tea sipping and things like that. Because I want to make this real and authentic, and if I'm going to make 26 videos, I'm not going to want to edit them. I just know me. So, number one. This is something that absolutely shocks autistic people about neurotypical people. Neurotypical people being non-autistic people. The first answer I got was this: the ability to see emotions in eyes. Wait, what? Okay, so suddenly the eye contact thing makes so much more sense. I thought eye contact was about respect, about making a connection, and about not looking like you're lying. But apparently, you amazing psychic wizard neurotypicals can read emotions in eyes. Now, I'm sure there are autistic people who know this. I did not. And it turns out a lot of people didn't know that you can actually read emotions in eyes. That astonishes me because I can't. And I would think most autistic people cannot as well, because that's just how our brains are wired. So for me, in order to read the emotion of a person that I'm with or hanging out with, I have to rely on my empathic abilities. And that is that I can sense, like right here in my chest, what somebody's feeling. I may not always get it right, but I get an overall sense of the person's energy. And that's how I know, that's how I know what emotion they're feeling, or at least I can hazard a guess. I have learned how to read body language and some facial expressions, especially if they're animated enough. So that's not an issue. But to actually be able to read emotions in eyes is shocking to me. And it's definitely something I'm not capable of. So I see eyes as very pretty. And sometimes I can look at them. It depends on who they are. It depends on the person. Some people I can't look into their eyes at all. Other people I can like just sort of stare because they have really beautiful eyes. But I don't see, there's no emotion. There's nothing there. They're just like looking at beautiful marbles. But I do sense, so I have that ability, thank God. Otherwise, it sounds like I have like no ability to empathize, but I do. Also, I wanted to point this out because I think that this happens to autistic people often, is that our facial expressions are often misread too, especially our eyes, because we have a tendency to either stare, kind of, get glossy eyed, especially if we have sensory overload or we're overwhelmed. We may just kind of stare. And if you're trying to read emotions in our eyes at that point, you're not reading anything. There's nothing there. We are blank because we are resting from sensory overload. Or maybe we're thinking of something, or we're living in our heads, which is a lot of what we do. So you might be trying to read emotion there and you're not getting anywhere. Also, we have a tendency to not make eye contact because eye contact can feel almost physically painful for us. To look you in the eyes directly, which I can do to my camera because it's easy, it makes me feel like that feeling you get in your stomach where you miss a step going downstairs and you think for a second you're going to fall. When I look into somebody's eyes, that's what it feels like for me. It's that uncomfortable. So, just in case you were wondering, your autistic child, partner, maybe yourself, that's how it feels, and this is why we avoid eye contact. Also, eye contact is something that neurotypical people can do with ease. You can look at each other and speak, say what's on your mind, and the other person can talk, and you can take in that information, and that's how it goes, back and forth, back and forth. There's no thought about it. You don't have to try. While with somebody on the autism spectrum, if I'm looking at you, I'm focused too hard on your eyes. I might think that they're really pretty. I might see that your mascara is a little messed up. You got a little clump here. I may notice some sleep in your eye. I will not hear what you're saying. I will get completely distracted by the fact that I have to look at your eyes. So my brain is telling me, look at the eyes, look at the eyes, look at the eyes, look at the eyes. And you could be talking about anything. And I'll maybe catch 25% of what you said. So it's better for me, if I'm going to listen to you, to look away from you. So I can look at your nose for a second. I can look at your cheek. I can look at your ear, your hair. Then I kind of have to look away, and then yep, I have to constantly move my eyes around or look away because I can't hear you over the sensory information that's coming into my eyes. So that's important also for people to realize as far as autistic eye contact and why that's so difficult and so confusing for us. The last thing I want to say before I end this video, because I think it's getting a little long and I'm umming a lot, which is what I do, so it's cool. What I was saying before, and I'm going to get back to it, is it's hard to read an autistic person by looking into their eyes. Oftentimes, the emotions we feel in our head and our hearts doesn't translate to our face. We could be just like, which looks creepy to some people. Or we could have a look that looks angry or sad or frightened, and maybe we are frightened. So that can happen. So the eye contact thing, if it's ever confused you, this is what it's all about. Eyes are just a whole different animal for autistic people. And that is number 1 of the 26 items that I have that I pulled from this forum. And I hope that this video was helpful for you. If it's helpful, please comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I will continue to make these videos. So just give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Tell me if there's something specific, tell me if there's something specific you'd like me to talk about. I have a ton of things that I want to cover, but if there's something you'd like me to talk about being on the autism spectrum, I would be happy to do that. So comment below, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video.